Hey everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews, and we are back again with another video. I just gotta get this off my chest. So, last week's Mandalorian episode kind of annoyed me. I mean, it was a really, really great episode, don't get me wrong, but there was one nitpick I had that just annoyed the crap out of me, and I was just talking to my sister a second ago. She wants me to sleep over because my little brother is staying over, and she wants to watch Mando after he's done with school. And it's convenient. It would be convenient if I stay over because after he's done with school, online school at her house, we'll just watch it after he's done. And he gets done, I think, at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. But she asked me if I want to stay over, and I told her, I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna lie. Like, last week's episode annoyed me. You know, there was one situation that really pissed me off, and she knew what situation it was because I was telling her it's just shitty writing. So the thing I'm gonna tell you that really just pissed me off, that it's a small nitpick, but at the same time it's a pretty big nitpick. It's the one scene where Boba Fett tells Mando to put down his jetpack, and essentially they leave that area when, you know, the stormtroopers come in, and, you know, Mando goes up to the hill to check on the kid, but he's still in the bubble. Then he ends up going back down to the hill, you know, trying to say, you know, I'll protect you, and then the beam goes off, and, you know, he's fighting on the stormtroopers and all that stuff. And then here comes the dark troopers, and he's running up the hill. The last episode, I think it was episode 3, when they're on the speeder bike, and Mando gives the one of the robbers that tries to rob him, you know, like, tries to take the kid and tries to, it looked like they were like they looked like they were doing an ambush on Tatooine where the speeder bike like flipped over and all that situation, and the one bad guy had Baby Yoda, and then they said, oh, how about we make a trade, my jetpack for, you know, for the kid, and they made the trade, and then the creature's running. And then the jetpack, he uses his control and makes the jetpack go up and does loop-de-loops in the air, and then you just see the robber fall on the ground, and the jetpack slowly comes down he's using his control on his watch. Where was the control on your watch, bro? You kidding me? I feel like the writers, like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, forget. You had an episode. You know, it was a funny moment with when he can control his thing, like, oh, the jetpack's not going where he can control it. Did you think we'd forget that Mando can control his jetpack pretty much wherever he's at by a flick of a button on his watch? What the heck? Am I the only one that, like, was like, bro, you can control your jetpack. It doesn't matter where you are. You have a control to it. It's like an RC car. If you have your control to it, it's going wherever you're going, but like 10 times more advanced. So like, I'm confused. That's the biggest problem I have with that episode. You have a control. Literally, you can control your jetpack and go anywhere. And yeah, I don't know if people like remember that was a big moment in episode 3 where he was able to do that. Or it was not. Maybe it's episode 2. I'm thinking of. I don't know what episode exactly. It was right after he was right after he left. He was leaving Tatooine after he got Boba Fett's armor back from that guy. So how are you gonna have a moment where like that where clearly you're putting in the story that he can control his jetpack, and yet you guys totally forgot about that, where there was a moment where he left his jetpack on the ground after stormtroopers were coming on. One, why didn't he grab it? 2, when he is running up the hill trying to get there before the dark troopers, you have a jetpack you can control that literally you can run or jump off of a cliff and you're controlling it and it can just get attached to your back and you're off. I'm confused. So let me know if that annoyed you as much as it annoyed me. Yeah, I understand that's like, oh, you know, like it could be like a small nitpick or whatever, but that's just shitty writing. How are you going to write something like that in there and then totally forget about it, just so you could have a reason to have Baby Yoda captured? You could have like acknowledged, you guys put that in the story that he can control his jetpack with his gauntlet, and like there could have been a moment he did leave it there in the beginning. There could have been a moment like, oh shit, I don't have time, I need to go get the kid or whatever, and then it could have been like, use his gauntlet, he's running up the hill just to make sure he gets there, and just or flies around the entire time we're shooting below, but That's not as focused as the stormtroopers. He should have been like right after the stormtroopers started coming down. He should have dipped to the top of the hill with either grabbed his jetpack or used that thing while he's running, attach it and fly up and wait there and then hold the hill. And then he could have, like, if stormtroopers were getting past Boba Fett and that girl, he could have been shooting it down the hill or whatever. I just don't understand. There was better ways to do this, and a way I was thinking, like, he could be, you know, make sure people don't get up on top of the hill. The Dark Troopers come, right? Or, like, he sees the ship getting blown up, the Razor Crest, and he sees it getting blown up, and he's like, oh, crap, and then the Dark Troopers come down. He could have easily. I don't know if they're made out of Beskar metal, but even if they're not, he shouldn't be able to just shoot them out of the sky or something. What the heck? I'm confused. And then there could have been a moment where, you know, he is fighting all of them or whatever, and he doesn't have time to get his jetpack, and he's down below, and he goes up just to check on the kids, saying, you know, we gotta leave. It doesn't work. He says, you know, I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna go down and protect you. And then the thing turns off. He's fighting. He sees the Razor Crest getting blown up. Then he sees the Dark Troopers coming down. And then there could have been a moment, instead of running up the hill, forgetting you can control your jetpack, there could have been a moment where he's running up the hill, controls his jetpack, flies up there, Boba Fett joins him, and then, let's say, for instance, before they get up there, they do grab the kid, and then they're flying up. There could have been a moment where they're trying to shoot them down, do a whole bunch of cool stuff. There was better ways of doing this, where it's not like, oh, you know, we need a reason to have Baby Yoda get captured. Let's forget he can control his jetpack, you know, because fans won't remember, people won't remember, you know. Crappy writing. That was crappy writing right there. Again, I love the episode, but that's just shitty writing right there. And I just needed to say that. I needed to let you guys know that irked me, that pissed me off. There was a total better way to do it, and they just didn't succeed right there. I was so pissed. And how about, okay, whatever, let's forget a second, you know, okay, you know, let's forget the fact for a second. Oh, let's say Mando forgot that he, you know, could use his jetpack to control. Let's just forget about that for a second. How about there's a moment where Boba Fett literally shoots down both of the ships, right? That stormtroopers are, you know, they're dipping because they're getting their ass kicked, specifically by Boba Fett. He was kicking their ass. You see, he has aimbot on, like he was doing, as he should, because again, he is literally the son of what's him called? I forget, Jango Fett. He's literally the kid of Jango Fett. So it makes sense, literally, the man that was the base model of a clone, that made the clones, it makes sense that, you know, Boba Fett would be the best marksman ever. So it makes sense, you know, he had aimbot on, doing all this cool shit, and it makes sense that he could get the two ships like that, and he says, oh, I wasn't aiming for that. That's baller right there, the way they say, I wasn't aiming for that. That's all I was aiming for. I love that, was baller. But back to the fact of it is that you have a jetpack too. Literally. You could, and why'd you have to take a segment where you ran to your ship to get into, I don't even know what it's called, but why you gotta do that? You could have literally just just flew up. You could have done that. You could have done that too. Am I missing something? Did they forget they had working jetpacks? And I know Boba Fett's jetpack is iffy from Return of the Jedi. There's some faults to it. We saw it in episode 1, I think, of season 2 of Mando. We saw it, how Mando hit that one Boba Fett jetpack, and it did the weird thing it did that it did in Return of the Jedi. But again, it's just shitty writing. Acknowledge that if you're gonna put something in that says Mando can use his control on his thing, have him do it. Don't just cut that out to be like, oh, we need a reason the Baby Yoda to get captured, so you know it was gonna happen eventually. There was a better way of doing it. But that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Again, I still loved the episode, but again, that's just my biggest nitpick ever. I hate that shit, that people do that. So, Jon Favreau, what's his face? I forget the other guy's name. I'll probably put it down in the description what the other guy's name is. But, you know, I have respect for them. But yeah, just acknowledge, can someone just talk to me and just, literally, it's just annoying to me. But just see, I want to know if anybody out there caught that either, what I'm trying to say. And, but that was my take on it. I can't wait to watch the next episode. I hope we don't have another situation like that. I'm enjoying the season a lot. Again, it's not the biggest nitpick, but it is a big nitpick at the same time. You can't acknowledge something like that, or make a plot like that in a thing and then ignore it. You just can't do that. just think better next time about what you do, and it has to come around. You can't ignore it. But yeah, that was my take on this. I hope everybody has a nice day. I hope everybody enjoys the next episode tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, put on those notifications. We're at, like, I think 56 subscribers. I'm super grateful for that. Thanks for all the new people that joined the channel. Leave a comment down below on what you think of what you think of what I'm trying to put out there. If you guys agree with me, if you guys disagree with me, let me know down below why you disagree with me. I really want to talk about this because, again, it doesn't make any sense. Even the best movies I love, Marvel's done it a couple of times where they say something in one movie and then they backtrack in another movie. Or they say something in one movie that's a big plot point or something big, and then they totally forget it in the next movie. But it's important to... You get what I'm saying. So let me know down below what you guys think of this. And yeah, don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to check out my other videos I put up recently. And yeah, again, have a nice day. Enjoy tomorrow's episode of Mando. And I'll see you next time. Peace.